Welcome back. Today we are doing a look with Lethal Cosmetics Midnight Serenade palette. This is what it looks like, and this will be look number 4 with this palette. And we're just going to hang out like right here. I don't think I've done those 2 columns before, which means I probably did. I know I have used all the shades in here at least once, but we're going to see what it's going to look like. It's going to come out lighter than I want to because y'all know I like the dark, and I'm looking at these shades, like nothing over here is dark. But we're going to see what happens. I have brushes pulled out, eyes are primed, face is done. I have out Sequin for the lips, so I don't know. I might change my mind on that. For right now, we're going to put on Midnight Sparkle from City Lips. And the reason, one of the reasons I'm unsure about that Sephora Lippy is because I don't like how it applies over the City Lips. It does something weird to the formula of the liquid lipstick from the Sephora collection. And you know what? Maybe I'll try it today over MAC's Matte Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color in black. And that'll also add color to the overall look that I'm doing. So maybe I'll try that today because I don't remember if I did that before. We also have out, eyeliners pulled out, lower lash line while I'm speaking of eyeliners. The inner portion, all of these are NYX retractable eyeliners. We have silver, first half right here. We have aqua green over here. Let me move this mirror down here. And we have purple on the inner rims, which did not really show up much, and I don't know why. I'm going to shift you a little bit so I can move the mirror down here. So I feel like I need to tilt you or something. Yeah, so let me pull out the MAC one. Yeah, I think maybe we'll try that, but we'll edit that part out when we get there. So for right now, we're going to start. I was saying I had 3 different eyeliners pulled off upper lash line because I'm not sure if the purple will show up from Inglot, and if not, then we'll put Phase, which is more of like a burgundy-ish brown, over. Let me open these and show you. I'll be closing these super tight, y'all, hoping that they'll last long. So if this doesn't show up much, then we'll put this over top of it. But then it seems like if one wouldn't, the other one wouldn't, because the colors are not that different. But so let's just jump into this look. I know I detoured already, and I have out a red also because I'm thinking of just like doing a little hook for the wing or just some type of graphic something or other. And yeah, so those are my thoughts. So let's just get into it. We're going to take this top shade. I'm trying to hold this without it being awkward, but I am awkward. And I don't want to bend this all the way back. This is how far back it goes on its own. We're going to take Starlit, this shade here. This is an Hourglass number 3. I never took the plastic off the mirror in here. And we're just tapping in. I learned tapping, y'all, from Hung Van Gogh. Oh, that's pretty. That's this shade. Oh, I learned tapping from Hung Van Gogh because y'all know I swipe, swirl, and do all of that stuff. But he is just so delicate. I do recommend his videos and to go through his channel because he's done almost every complexion, every skin issue, all types of looks from smoky to ethereal to no makeup to, you know, different shapes. And so I do recommend his channel, but he is so delicate with his makeup. And I'm always like, okay, you barely tapped it in, but the color shows up, and y'all know what? Like, it really seriously does. And so one of the things I've learned from him, it's just to be delicate. I have been doing it, with my blushes. He'll just tap the brush, turn it, tap it, and it does really show up. So I'm learning I don't need to really be digging in this stuff. This is pretty. One more tap and tap off. And also what I find curious too, I know a lot of people will say, do your base face last because of possible fallout or whatever. He always does base face first, and I don't ever see him dealing with fallout, like for real. And if I have, then I'm just like not remembering right now. But do y'all face first. Now we're going to come over to Enchantress, this shade here. And again, we're just tapping. This is a dual chrome because this way it looks gold, but where you are, it looks orange. And that is that. So we're going to tap that off. And how is this going to look next to the blue? That other dual chrome. And we're going to overlap and just pull. So we're just tapping in. And there is a dip in this shadow probably from when I dug into it before. It might have been when I did swatches because I use sponge tip applicators. when I do swatches before I even start doing looks with the palette. So maybe that is what that is, because this has a gouge in it. Well, not a gouge, but there is a dip in this shadow. This is a dual chrome. Down here I'm seeing blue on the inner corner and pink where this shade is. But where you are, yeah, it's pretty much the same. So we're swiping because it's looking like it's not any shadow right here. So we're overlapping that first shade and pulling it over. And so that's how we're getting our blend. So the first shade, pull over, and this is a brush that has the second shade on it. So it's just going to blend those two together. This is pretty. This palette, I almost didn't get it because it's lighter than I like, but I know lethal works for me. So I was just like, you know what, I'm going to get it. And I do have a little bit of fallout, but usually lethal sometimes, not all the time. Brushes right away. And right now it's not. So, but that is okay. So now we're going to go, I want to put, that second shade was flaky. It's like flaking around in the palette. Excuse me, I don't know if I was, oh, you know what, no, I was going to take, I need another one of those hourglass brushes. We're going to take Obscura, this shade here. And this is what I see in person. Actually, no, because it looks, yeah, kind of greenish in person. But then like up here, I guess it looks the same. So we're going to take that one. I know I'll be tripping y'all. And we're going to put that here on the third part of the lid. Well, not even the third part of the lid, the third quarter. So this is like first quarter, second quarter, third quarter of the lid. And we are tapping where the two meet between that one and that second shade. And we're going to do this just to get our shape going up here. I do like this palette. It's not dark like I like, but it's easy to work with, and the looks are very pretty. So, I mean, I can rock with that. And I would rock with it anyway because I bought it, so, but you know what I'm saying. So this is what we have so far, and I am digging it. Wow. I kind of want to go back to the brush that had the pink because I feel like the pink is missing now. So we're going to, well, gold, pink, whatever it is, because I feel like I took that third shade over too far and covered up the pink. So we're putting the pink back, Enchantress back, and we're sweeping it over. And I like how this is blending. We're lightly feathering so that it doesn't look harsh and so that it will look blended. And so we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to add more and we're going to feather it over. This is like so pretty. So if you like lighter looks than Jolena, which Jolena has not been available for a long time, this to me is a softer version of Jolena. Look how these shadows just blend together. Oh my gosh. Okay, so, and I do really like Jolena as well. But it will be dying soon. So now we're going to take, what were we going to take? I think we were going to take Requiem, this shade right here, which looks a lot deeper in person. This is like a smoke gray in person. But this is probably how it's going to show up, because this is not a direct palette. So again, we're just going to tap and we're going to turn and we're going to tap and we're going to turn. So maybe, just maybe, we won't have to go back into it. I don't know, but I think we will, because y'all know I be packing on shadows. So we're just feathering it. And I started using the last couple looks. Today is July 11th. I started using blending brushes for my outer corner shade because I realized that these are so easy to work with, because usually where it's a gap right here, like it's not there, and maybe it's because I'm using a blending brush instead of a brush of this shape. So this will automatically kind of taper. The shape I've been doing lately with the blending brush for my outer corner, like pulling it out a little bit and then coming up, starting out where the point is and coming up. And I've been really digging that shape. So the thing is getting it the same on the other side, because this side I always like that shape. I realized I did it by accident, and then when I came over here I'm like, okay, wait, how did I do that? And so I was like trying to figure it out. So we are tapping, we tap straight in that time so we can get it out here, and then we're going to stay out here and bring it up here. And so I really like that. This side came out more rounded than I like. Well, not that I like, because I do like it, but more rounded than this side, because I like how this does come out. Y'all, this is pretty. Now we're going to take, I need to take the plastic off of here. I have that second shade Enchantress, that is like all over my face, like this entire area. So I might can play it off like it's highlight, but I think I'm going to put Hourglass Radiant Light here because it does actually cover up fallout, because it adds radiance to my face, and actually it does look like what is blending into my highlighter. But we're going to take, are we using everything in these first two columns? Now we're going to take Crescent, which is this shade here, and we're going to tap lightly. This is also an Hourglass brush. This is the number 6. The first few we used, the first 3 we used were number 3s. And so we're just pressing, tapping and pressing, and we're just going to just tap up here. We're just going to tap under the brow. We're tapping in 3 or 4 times, tapping under the brow. And then we're going to just, this palette, y'all, these shades work so well. Oh, I like that. I do want to bring my lid shades up a little higher on this side. This side I'm loving. But there seems, let's see what brush I need to take. This had the 3rd shade on it. We're not adding more color, and we're putting that right here. We're just tapping and kind of pressing just to bring that up a little bit. And then we're going to take Enchantress, the brush that had that on there, and we're just tapping above where that is. And I do think that did what I wanted it to do. That's why I don't do color switch, because I usually do go back to the same brushes. We're going to take Starlit, this shade again. This is a Make Up For Ever smudger brush. And this one we're just tapping straight into it. And that is going to go right here on top of, was that silver or white? Yeah, the silver. And I do have a white one, which I need to use more. I don't use it that often for no particular reason. I have a lot of Enchantress under my eyes. So we're going to just put this here. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's bright. Now we're going to take an Hourglass brush. This is a thick brush. And it says Dome Shadow Brush. And I guess this would be for outer corner or for crease, but because it's so dense, I don't think it would blend well. So I haven't used it for that. Not that I remember. I've had this for a long time. This is Hourglass number 9. So we're going to go into Tempest, this shade here, which when I look over here, it looks purple. Where you are, it looks kind of greeny gray. So we're just going to press and just wiggle. So this is going to place and blow out at the same time. And I'm starting on the outer corner because this brush will take it down far. So I want to get most of it out here, so it'll kind of look like it's tapered out here with the wider part on the outer corner. And so that's what we're going to do with that, and we're going to go back and forth where the 2 shades meet. So we've used 6 shades, the first 2 columns in this palette. At any time you could have stopped, or you could have just used the first shade, first half of the lid, the second shade, second half of the lid, and then just did liner and be done. Like, you don't have to use the number of shades that I use when you do a look. Or you could have put Enchantress first half of the lid, and you know, this for second half of the lid. Like, you could do whatever you want to do. But if you have this palette, let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know if you're liking it, if you're enjoying it. I know it hasn't really been talked about since it's stopped being new, and that's why I do like to use what I have and just to come back and do stuff, just to revive things in my collection, my stash, as well as, you know, if you want to revive, excuse me for the clink, stuff that's in, oh, I got a speck of shadow in my eye, in your collection. No shadow shall be left behind. And so what we're going to do now, my station has, oh, I dropped that powder brush. My station has Enchantress all over it. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to do the purple first. Inglot, we're going to put this on. If that doesn't show up, then we're going to put Phase on that I showed you. And I may do a hook or something with the red. We're going to figure that out. We're going to put on MAC Stack Mascara, the only mascara that's open. And I am going to go ahead and put this on my lips, matte Retro Liquid Lip Color in Caviar, which is black. So we're going to do all that, and then we'll be back with the finished look. We have done the damn thing, y'all. I do like how City Lips works under the MAC Matte Retro Liquid Lipstick. This is a plumping gloss. It doesn't burn. Y'all know if it burned, I would not be using it. But this has some stick to it. to it. It's not sticky like glue or anything like that, but the way it gripped onto this, well, I should say the way this gripped over this, I like it. I like it. And I think Students for Smacking, I like this over the City Lips. This I don't, and because this over City Lips, it turns less matte, and so it tends to slide around. Whereas when I remove chapstick or Tillamook, it doesn't slide around, and neither does this one. But this, you know what it is? I just now realized it. So thank you for helping me figure this out. This is a thicker formula than this. That's why. So this gripped and it stayed, and it's not sliding, it's not moving. I really dig this. We did everything else we said we were going to do, except we only used the one liner. The purple showed up really nice. And the number is number 75, and this is from Inglot, and I purchased it from on Amazon. And so this is look number 4. I am digging it. I'm glad we went with the black lip because I like a darker look, and the eye look is kind of like, it's not the lightest thing ever, but it's not that deep dark smoke. And so the lip to me just kind of adds to the overall look. So again, this is the palette that we use. This is look number 4, and hang tight, and you'll see me back here with another palette for another look in 3, 2, 1. Thanks for hanging out. Face is done, eyes are primed, my brows are on separate planets. We're going to put on City Lips Watermelon, opaque, warm tone, bright pink. This is my second time using this. I was just like, okay, this is opaque. Look at that. I did not expect it to be that pink, but it does say it's opaque, and it's opaque. So we're going to put this on. I don't know if we're going to cover this up later or not. And actually, I'm going to edit out putting the rest of this on. So this is what this is looking like. And this is a gloss, y'all. Yo. I have a few more coming in PR from the brand, and I'm excited about it. This is, I should have told you this earlier, Udin's Eye and Betty Jean Planet Spirit palette. This is only my second time using this. The first time was with a collab with my bestie, Gel Beauty 87, and Janessa J Champagne. Janessa actually sent me this. She received it in a mystery box, and she already had one. So she was like, hey, you want to try this? I was like, sure. And of course, Grace has it because Grace has everything. And so we did a collab, and it was so much fun. So what we're going to do today, these two look glittery, and I'm kind of scared a little bit. But we're going to, and I think I used almost all the shades last time. What's in here? 10 shades? I think we used like 8. So today we're gonna put the greens and oranges together. First half of the lid, second half of the lid. Oh, it just got dark. I hate when that happens. Damn it! Every time, not every time, but when I hold stuff up, sometimes it just goes dark. The viewing goes dark. I don't know how to fix that. We're using Hourglass number 3. If that doesn't work, I want this to work because we have a lot of space from here to here for halfway and then here to here over there. But if it doesn't, we're going to switch to the Esom V27 brush. So let's just get started with Animal Leah. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I'm quite sure I am pronouncing it wrong. I am just tapping in. I noticed in the first clip, when I held up the palette, it did get dim, but it didn't get dark. Sometimes it gets dark, and I'm just like, oh, because I know it's, you know, we want good viewing. You know what I mean? Because people will click off if the quality is not good. And it wouldn't make a difference if I had more lights because there's something in the settings. And I did switch back to original settings from when I got the phone. So even if I had more lights, it wouldn't matter because there's something in the phone that when I hold something up, this feels dry, this shadow. When I hold something up, it does focus. It auto focuses. And there's times when I edit, I can see it oscillate in the video because it's trying to focus. And that's what made me turn it back to just original settings to try and undo whatever it was doing. But it still goes dark sometimes. Not as dark as it did before, but it's very annoying because I know I want to see what's going on in videos. I want y'all to see what's going on in my videos. I like the shift in here. Like, I don't know if you can see down here when I do this, the part that's smooth, like when I do this, I see like a golden color. But I don't want to keep swiping because I don't want to, yeah, that right there is what I see down here. because I don't want to encourage fallout. My under eye area is looking dry. I half-assed my skincare earlier. I got up around 6:30, I think. And I had the premiere at 8 p.m. and then I did the video at around 9 p.m. So I half-assed my skincare because I knew I was going to wash my face off and give a few hours before doing this look. And right now it's about 1 in the morning. Yeah. And so I didn't want to do full skincare knowing I was going to wash it right off. This is familiar. This shimmery green right here. I don't remember. This feels dry too. When I swipe it, it's looking like it's hard pan, but I don't think it is, because it still picks up and it puts down, as you see. But it just, when I swipe, you know what it is? It feels really dry. Let me know if you have this palette. Is the formula in yours that way too, where these shimmer shades feel dry? We are going to go back and forth because we want this to blend, and these two colors are not colors that will blend. So we may put either this one down the center or this one down the center, because then that will help. It's blending a little bit, but I don't want to keep doing this because it's going to encourage more and more fallout. So because I half-assed my skincare earlier, my under eye was dry after I washed my face. Actually, I think that's better. I don't even want to look at my face. And because I put Radiant Light under my eyes, it normally doesn't make my under eye look dry, but because my skin was already dry under my eyes, it looks kind of like, yeah, you see my under eyes looking more wrinkled than usual, and that's a sign of dryness. But we're here. I wanted to get this video done because later today, after I go to sleep, I am nocturnal, so for me to be up at like after 1 in the morning is not unusual. I've been going to sleep around 7 in the morning. I'm going back to Dude's house the 14th to the 18th. He asked me to come back and help out some more with the house, and so I'm not going to be home. And so I'm looking at my calendar, like, what do I have posted? What do I have scheduled to do as far as videos? I don't want to not do any videos and then come back after like 3 weeks and be like, hey, this is why I was gone. So I'm just trying to knock out videos before the 18th. Today now, even though it's a little after 1 in the morning, today is July 12th. So I have, later on today, I'll do another video, and the 13th, I think I have a video to do. And then the 14th, I think I'm gonna do a video, and then I'll be heading out. And I will take my laptop with me. We have a live stream Monday. You'll see this way after. Will you? Yeah, you'll see this after. But I have no topic. I'm not gonna be able to do makeup because I'm gonna be at his house, which used to be his mom's house. And so, in the way where my mind is right now, I can't even think of a topic to discuss. So we might just wing it. I did post in my community tab a members only post, you know, for ideas for topics, and so I'm waiting to hear something back from the members. Lower lash line and inner realms, NYX retractable eyeliner, and Gypsy Blue. So if you want some input into the channel, what goes on here, what type of content I do, becoming a member is a way to do that, because I do ask questions. Sometimes it's a poll and sometimes it's just a question. Like if I have like 3 or 4 ideas, I'll say, what do you think? And they'll pick one, and that's the one I do. And times like now, and I'm like, do y'all got topics for Monday? Because I got nothing. I'm glad that both of those brushes worked for those shades, because they are kind of flaky shades. But do let me know if your Planet Spirit palette, if the glitter shades are dry. That's the best way I can describe it. This is cute. I'm looking at this like, this is really cute. We have our 2 of the Scott Barnes number 61, and we're going to take Habitat, this shade here. No, because this is not orange. I mean, it's orange, but it's not. But we're going to take this shade, which is Rescue. And I remember this being bright, but we're going to take that. Okay, yeah. And we're just going to, first we're going to just tap it right over top of the shimmer. So it's the same color it's looking like, but it's just matte. And now we're going to just lightly just feather right here. And that's all we're going to do with that. Bam. Get it, girl. Get it, get it, get it, get it. All right, I like that. And now we're going to take Kingdom, this green right here. I kind of do want to do this though. How is that going to go over that green? Let's do it. I just feel like experimenting. Because sometimes I just don't care. I mean, I don't care enough to be like, no, I'm not going to try it. It might look busted. Let's just try it and see if it do look busted. And then if it do, we'll cover it up with something else. So we're going to put this orange. It's not showing up much. Okay, we're pressing a little bit harder and we're going back and forth. You know what? It's kind of sort of wanting to, and I didn't wing out the green. This side is winged out a little bit. This side is rounded. This is not, okay, so it didn't do much. Where's the brush that had the green? This is the one that had the green. We're going to take that green and we're just going to press down here just to try to get it to look like that shape. Or maybe we should do this. So you see my skin moving, so I'm just like pressing it over and just doing a little wiggle, which I know I didn't do all this on the other side, but I always like the shape over here, but sometimes I don't like how sharp this line comes down. But yeah, that's something I need to be more conscious of when it's happening so that I can realize what's happening and then not do it. If that makes sense. Because some stuff just happens just automatically however my wrist is. And I like this side, I don't like this side. So we're going to take another one of those brushes. Thank goodness I got more, right? Even though I already had like 5 of them. And now we are going to take the green. That orange we put there was Habitat. Now we are going to go into Kingdom. I'm wishing there was a bone color shadow in here. And we're, oh, okay, that showed up. Okay. That's when I'm surprised about something. I'm like, oh. And then because I don't know what to say after, I'm just like, oh. And then I exhale. So that's a tidbit about me. Because sometimes even when people ask me questions, like in my day-to-day life, I'm like, because I'm trying to think of like how to say it where it'll be easily received. We're going to wing this out a little bit. And thinking of how will this sound if I say it this way? Okay, let's not say it that way. Let's say it this other way. And so it's like a lot of things like scrolling around in my mind. I like how we wing that out. This side is not that noticeable where you are, but down here I can see it. So yes, so I know my ways and I know me. And so I've learned like in my 30s to just like pause and think, how will this sound to this person? Because everybody can't handle my delivery, and I know that, and it's okay. Not sure about what's happening here. We're going to take, I know what brush I want. The same brush I usually use, because I have like 4 of these. No shadow on it, and we're just going to go in small circular motions just to kind of blend out this line. I do like this palette. I just, it's the colors in here. It's not quite my color story, but I was curious to try it again. I had one of these before that was gifted to me, and my lids didn't like it. And so when Janessa offered this, I said I'll try it. And the first time I used it, my eyes did start tingling like halfway through the video, but then by the end of the video, my eyes had stopped tingling. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. When I had used it, the other one from before, my eyes was like, And I kept it on for like a half hour and then took it off. This I like because it does look like I have a brow bone shade and I don't. So I do like how this comes down and comes out. And I'm saying this, but it's nothing there except the eye primer. So my challenge with this palette is the color story. Like what to do with it. You got pink, green, orange, and one purple. So I'm always just like, And y'all know I like dark. So this may, for me, end up being a companion palette. I'm not sure. And what I'm thinking about right now is, because I have those Spellcast Beauty palettes. What is it? Violet Thoughts, Jade Dreams, Over the Rainbow, and Cherry Bomb. So that could substitute for these colors easily. Except for the mattes, because there's no mattes in any of those. So I'm trying to think now of like what to put on lower lash line. We know this isn't going to show up. This is a shimmer. I don't want to deal with... This is a different texture shimmer than this one and that one and that one. This one looks real chunky, so does this one and that one that I used. So we're going to put this on lower lash line. I'm using this Fenty brush because I just don't feel like... I was going to put the green under here. That's why I put this Gypsy Blue under here. Or is it Gypsy Green? It's called Gypsy Blue. But I do like how this shows up though. So I am going to do another look with this palette on another day. I like how that looks. This is smoky down here. And not super blown out smoky. And I did go over the gel pencil liner. And now I'm going underneath the gel pencil liner to blow it down. I do like that. So not quite my color story. Which is why I never purchased from Udin's Eye. If you're into bright colors, you know, this is a brand that you would enjoy. Because most of their palettes do seem to kind of be bright. Some of their collab palettes are a mix. They have some neutrals in them. But none of them, in my opinion, are dark, smoky, grungy. You might be able to get a grungy look out of one of them, but inherently the palettes are not grungy or even smoky, which is where I live. And so that's why I haven't purchased from Udin's Eye. And even though I've been curious about it, I was like, well, if it's not really my color story. And so I am glad to have it, to experience it, and it not like irritate my lids. I do like that underneath. That was a good choice, putting that purple over top of the Gypsy Blue. So now what we're going to do, I'm thinking to line the lips and just leave this pink on, or I could just put another gloss on top of it. We're going to figure out a liner for upper lash line. We're going to put MAC Stack Mascara on top. And we're going to figure out a lip. We're going to figure out a liner for up top. Do I want to be funky and do a yellow? We're going to be funky and do a yellow. Because even though it's not dark, it'll just give us some more color. So we're going to use Inglot. Inglot number 84. We're going to put this on upper lash line. And we'll figure out what else we're going to do to the lip. And then we'll be back and everything will be done. This is what we have for the lips. This is NYX Club Hopper Suede Matte Lip Liner. They don't make the suede matte ones anymore. Now they're called different. I can say for the City Lips Plumping Lip Gloss that's opaque, that has color to it, they're not as tacky as the other one that I have, well, the other two that I have that they sent me. But even though they're tacky, it's not like glue and it's not bothersome. But these are just smooth, and so it's making it difficult. I've been sitting here for a while just doing like this, and it's not wanting to go on. My lower lip line, it did go on, so I don't know what the difference is. Maybe my bottom lip line is darker than the top anyway, but I don't know. So see, it's not making a difference. I've been sitting here for a minute, like doing this, and you see, like it's not. Well, maybe let me try to wipe it off a little bit. Wipe it off on my cloth, because maybe it's too moist from it. Let's see. Is that showing up? Oh yeah, okay, I just needed to wipe some of the product off. Okay. And I'm like, why did the bottom show up and the top didn't? I had to wipe some product off, so I'm going to wipe some more product off. Thank you for being here with me to learn this. So that gloss is a gloss. It's a glossy gloss. And if you're putting on lip liner on top of it, you'll have to keep wiping it off. The product off of it. Oops. No, I'm not giving you the finger. You'll have to wipe the product off of the lip liner so that the lip liner will show up. So that's a learning lesson. I just sat there all the time doing that. See, when y'all with me, it helps me process stuff. Yeah, that's cute. So this is just that lip gloss watermelon. And it goes with the eye look. I do like the eye look because it looks grungy. Like where the green and the pink mix. Now my cloth is looking crazy with lip liner on it. So this is what happened. This is the lip liner. So I do like the look. The liner is a good choice. Went thicker over here than I meant to, but it was a nice. Damn it! It matches my shirt. I don't like my makeup matching my shirt, but then the green and pink matches my shirt too. So, but anyway, I think the eyeliner was a good choice because it brings color to the look. I do like that it is a somewhat maybe subtle grunge type look. I love the purple underneath. And you know what though? I'm excited now to see what else I can do with this. And I'm kind of wishing there was more than one purple in here. And so maybe I'll do maybe the gold on the first part of the lid and then maybe the purple. I don't know, but then it leaves me without transition shade, which is not a big of a deal for me. or put this for transition since it doesn't really show up, but we'll figure out something, and we will do another look. This is look number 2 with this palette. Do I want to do pictures now? Let's just go ahead. No, we'll do pictures after. So hang tight and you will see a third look with another palette in 3. Why do I always feel like I say palette funny? Hang tight, you'll see me with another look with another thing in 3, 2, thank you for hanging out. Face is done, eyes are primed. What's on our inner rims and lower lash line is matte color excess pull shark, and I'm leaning back so that when I lean back forward it doesn't get dark, and I'm hoping that it doesn't. We're doing look number, I think, 4 with Grunge Life, and I'm excited about this palette because it's grungy. Look in here, I see purple. Where you are, this is green. We're going to put this on most of the lid, and then I think we're going to come down to here. Maybe use this for a transition, and this lower lash line, maybe. This is a bold color, so we do use that for lower lash line. We're going to use Inglot number 79 for upper lash line, so that'll tie in the red. On my lips right now, I have on City Lips Los Angel Lips, cool tone pink with gold sheen. I guess so. So we're just going to jump in. I have brushes out. Hopefully they're the right ones. Hourglass number 3. And hourglass number 6, hourglass number 9 for lower lash line. Oh, and I'm considering putting Macro Violet MAC Fluid Line in my brows. This is a shimmery purple, so it may not show up much, but I think it'll add something, a little bit of funk to the look. And if we do that, we're going to use Esam's V09 brush. And so let's just jump into this. I am excited. I love this palette. And y'all know what? I have been thinking, oh, this shade is called Underground. This shade here. And y'all know once in a while I do just get in a mood and I'm like, let's just do a radical declutter. I really had a thought last night. Today is June 12th. I had a thought to like just declutter everything that's not my or one of my preferred aesthetics, which would mean like maybe a quarter of my collection, a quarter of my stash, I should say, because some stuff I do like, but it's not my vibe per se. But I don't mind doing looks with different things because I like having a variety here on my channel for you to view, because I know everybody's style is not my style. And so I try to give something for everyone. Well, not everyone, but because I don't really do their makeup, which I know is some people's thing. But as far as looks, like if I only did smoky, grungy, vampy, let me know. Would it be boring if I just did smoky, grungy, vampy all the time? You know what I mean? Or goth looks, because goth to me is almost a toned down grunge. It's more blending, the colors are more subdued, sort of like, what am I thinking about? Some of the Notoriously Morbid palettes. What is that? Unearthly Aura palette, that I would consider a goth palette. So you still have some funkiness, but it's not like the messy grunge, you know, or grunge you would get from this palette or from the Yucca palette, that type of thing. So let me know that below, because I'm still just trying to figure things out. I am still very much grieving, and so my mind is just going a lot of different places. I think subconsciously just trying to not fall into a slump, you know what I mean? And so my brain is like, what else can we do today? Just trying to stay occupied and not focus on the sadness. So you see how this is green here, but then here is kind of like a brownish, but in person it looks purple. And then when I shift the palette, it looks green. And so I didn't want to put too many colors on the lid today because and it's flaking. It balls into little chunks and flakes, and it keeps going in my eye. And I know it's the brush I'm using and the technique I'm using, because I'm doing this, moving the shadow with my eye open instead of closed like this, like I should have been doing. So, but I really do enjoy this palette. But what do you think? If I just stuck with messy grunge, goth, vampy, smoky, would that be boring? And I know some channels only do certain looks, and right now I'm thinking of Annette. She only does like bold looks, and if it is something that's subdued, it's because that's the palette. And it's usually something that she received in PR, and she'll even say, you know, this is not something that I would buy, but, you know, we're going to do something with it. And the looks always do come out dark. and different, because that's her style, that's her vibe. But what do you think? Because part of me does feel like just get rid of a bunch of stuff. And I do know the reason why my brain goes that way, but that's very sad, and I don't want to talk about it because this is not that type of video, and I don't want anyone to start feeling sad, but it is the reality of life. So we're now going to take this brush and we're going to go, I think this might just kind of blend in, but when you turn, how you see the green and then you turn and it's like that brownish color, that's very pretty. I think that'll just blend into this one, and I'm wondering if this will be dark enough, so I'm wondering if we should take this one. We're going to take this one. This shade is Noise in the second row in the corner, and we're going to tap and turn, and we're going to start on the outside and place it and bring it in. So what it's looking like is from the mirror down here I'm looking in, is looking almost like a halo, because I'm seeing the green right here, and I'm seeing purple, brown in the middle, and I'm seeing this green over here. And so that's what I'm seeing on my end in the mirror down here, where it's more shaded than where you are. And lighting does play a difference. I'm liking this shape that I've been doing over here. Oh my gosh. I just need to remember it to, like, remember the movement, even though it's the opposite side, so that it'll look the same. Wow. So where this looks like it's a gap right here, that's that middle shade. So you see how, I don't know if you're seeing how right here it looks like a different color than here, and then you come over. Oh, this is nice. I really like this palette, and it is Grunge Life, and it is Grunge Life. All grunge is not messy grunge, but I prefer the messy grunge, and I think just because it's different, because I see a lot of pretty looks and cute looks, and I'm like, we can do that. Let's do something different. Like let's mess it up. Let's mess it up intentionally. And when I try to do this shape on this side, I always come down like too far, like right here. But that's okay, because we're going to put lower lash line color, and that'll hopefully fix that. So not quite the same shape, but almost. And it takes me conscious effort, conscious thought, I should say, to do this. Because this, the way my hand is, it just goes that way. Where over here, it's a different placement type thing. Like, it doesn't just come natural. But I'm really trying. So once the other day, the video I did, I'm like, oh, I like that. And I was like, how did I do that? And trying to replicate it over here was different because the angle of my hand is different. And so, but I do like it though. I'm gonna get it one day. I tapped in again, I tapped off, because there looks like there's a blank spot like right here. So I like how this is tapered down. This is just coming straight out, and I don't think I'm going to perfect it in this video, or even do it justice in this video, but I'm trying. And so what I'm doing is bringing it out further, and it's making it further out than this side. So we're going to go back in, and this is where I should just stop, because I know it's not going to look the same. But even taking this out further, I'm still having that tapered effect, like right here, where this side is not. But it's not horrible though, and this side is higher up right here. So I'm tapping straight in, and we're going to feather it further up towards my brow, so at least the distance kind of looks the same. And this side is kind of touching my brow, and this side is not. I'm gonna get it though. That'll be another goal. Janessa and I are working on perfecting our eyeliner and not doing what I call my accidental swoosh. And some videos I do really well with that, and other videos I'm like, So this will just be another thing. I really like this look, and even though it is blending into this shade, because this one is a dual chrome, you see that different color like in the middle. And I'm gonna take this brush. I do have a shade for up here, but I'm just I did not add more shadow on the brush. This is the brush that had Noise on it, this shade out here. And so we're just softening this up, but I am gonna put that other shade up here. So we're gonna put that brush away, putting the first brush away. I don't see any fallout, doesn't mean it ain't there. We're gonna take Distressed, this shade here. So we went here and then here. Oh, did I touch anything? No. So we went here and then here, and now we're coming over here. And I think it might be a little dark. I was thinking, let's do Damage. Let's do this one, the lighter of the two. I like this entire color story because it is that swamp water-ish grunge, a lot of greens, mustards, even though some of the greens are dual chrome. I like this. I didn't tap off this time, and now we're going to just go back and forth in windshield wiper motions and swing this out around here. This is something I see Grace do a lot. I got that from her. Yeah, she always kind of brings it down. She uses fluffy blender brushes. And we do have different eye shapes though. So that makes a difference because the brushes that she uses, I'm just like, that's a big ass brush. But we do have different eye shapes. She doesn't have the puffiness that I have going on. But she does blend very well because it'll be a fluffy brush and she'll just like do this whole area because the brush is so big and then come around to the sides. And so I've learned that from her to, even if it doesn't look like it needs blending, she'll still just take it and do one of these numbers. Just really quick. It'll be like swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. And so I learned that from her. And I do like it. It makes it's a subtle difference, but it is a difference in person anyway from what I'm seeing here. But I do like how this is blending in. I'm tapping in again because I just really like this shade and how it blends with the green. So again, first portion of the lid, outer corner, and now we're taking this one for our brow bone. So that red underneath is going to be bold. And when I first applied that red, this shade here, Alternative, I was like, oh, what the hell? It was great. So we'll, oh, and I picked this little dense little brush for that. We're gonna do it, y'all. So I'm tapping it, but I'm pressing it and wiggling. Oh, I'm kind of scared. My eye is tearing a little bit, so let's start over here. Ooh. Ooh. So because this is wide, this is a very dense brush. Because it is wide, it goes on under the lash line where that liner is, and it comes down. So you still see where it's like the green up here and then you see the red down here, but the red is actually on top of the green too. I love this brush for this, for placing and blowing out and blending all at the same time. The only thing is that I'm not going to get like that sharp edge right here because this is like a thick brush. This is nice and it doesn't look as bad as I thought because I'm like, this shade on its own, like on my lid, y'all, this is a very bold shade. It shocked me, but I liked it because I like being surprised. So we're going to put this here. I'm going to edit out doing upper lash line. I am going to put, yeah, macro violet in the brown in my brows. I was looking to see if I really wanted to do that, but I am going to do that because it might play off of how this dual chrome, I am seeing purple down here in the mirror. So we're going to do that and then we'll be back. We're also going to put on MAC Stack Mascara. We're going to put on the MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color on top of the City Lips. And that'll be it. So when we come back, all of that'll be done. This is what we have, y'all. I am seriously digging it. I'm looking at my lip, and because my lips are not symmetrical, it's like a spot missing, like right here. Yo, I'm digging it. I do have macro violet in my brows, and I keep going back and forth on whether to even keep it because on my upper lash line, it doesn't show up much unless I'm doing like a very, very, very light ethereal look. But otherwise, this does not show up on me, and that is why I purchased the dark brown one from Inglot because that one does show up. I think the red for upper lash line was a good choice. It ties it a little bit to the red underneath. You can see the red underneath more so here than on this side, but I am really digging this look. So again, this is what we have. Let's go into our pictures really quick. Another one. That was 2. One more. So those were our 4 pictures, and this is one for my whatever, for my gallery. And actually I'm going to move over here for this one, so at least the frame will kind of be and frame behind me is the thing I've been trying to do lately because I like things to look a certain way. Oh goodness, I got sandwich in my teeth. Okay. Thank you for being with me with that, and I do hope that was okay because I'm not going to see it till I look through my phone and when I edit this video. So thank you for being here. Let me know what you think of these looks. We did, what did we use? I knew we did Udin's Eye last, the last clip. I don't remember what we used the first time. Oh, Midnight Serenade. And this one, Grunge Life. So let me know what you think of each look. If you have these palettes, what do you think of these palettes? Which one of them is more your vibe? I know all of them are like very, very different. And I chose these intentionally. So the first look we did was with this palette. The second look we did, hella bright. So I wanted to give you a variety, which is what I was talking about earlier. That's this one, way different. And then we're back to the grunge. And so I do think like Midnight Serenade is more golfy, and then we have like the bright and colorful, and now we have like grunge. Not really messy grunge, but grunge nevertheless. So let me know which one is more your aesthetic. The first look, the kind of subtle grunge. The second look, the bold and bright. Or the third look, the kind of grungy type vibe with a black lip. So let me know your thoughts on that. Let's conversate down below. I don't know what I thought I was going to say. I appreciate you being here. If you haven't subscribed and you keep coming back, go ahead and do that. Click like, share, join if you're interested in membership. That link is below and all that other good stuff. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.